I have been following really closely with my spirit guides, and we are officially in the new year, so happy new year. Let's see what's going on here. I was directed to get my selenite, honey. Okay, so let's see how things are gonna be going here. It's April Fool's, so there are never any coincidences up here, up in my spiritual shroud, honey. So let's see what's gonna be going on. Get in there, 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 get in there. Thank you to my ancestors, spirit guides, archangels for always protecting and carrying us, and very grateful to have you. Please protect these messages that are going to be coming through. Before I even got up today, I saw myself getting up, sitting at this table with my tarot cards and everything that's set up here now. I saw it already. I had to jump out the bed, get my day started, and come and meet up at the High Priestess headquarters, honey. And I also saw myself picking this, clarifying life. Clarifying life. No illusions, baby. No illusions, okay? Speaking of April Fools, okay? No illusions, honey. There's something very significant about Neptune as well, okay? So Neptune has made a transit out of Pisces into Aries, if I'm not mistaken, okay? Go look that up, all right? That's very significant, especially with this no illusions here, okay? Neptune is about the dream world, okay? It's about the as above, so below. A lot of things were not set in stone. A lot of things were really just a brief layout of the possibilities of how things could have been, okay? A lot of people take advantage of that in a lower negative way, okay? But today is Mars Day, honey. So I was seeing her try to use her Mars energy to realign herself, and she kept checking for the divine feminine, or checking her platforms, or trying to do little things to boost her confidence up using the energy of Mars, because she was having to correct herself for trying to well, she knew what she was doing, but she thought the divine feminine didn't know that she was trying to leech off of her energy. I'm talking about a karmic energy that has been in my dream state, okay? Y'all know these karmics, they be thinking they slick. You know, they be trying to do all that stuff to make it out like they're not the one that's in the wrong, but you are totally in the wrong if you the one that's doing all the fool's errands, okay? Doing all the fool's errands. So instead of her aligning with her Mars energy, she aligned with some type of return to sender. And what I had saw was me flipping tarot to check up, to do an energy check, and the Five of Swords came out, standing there looking like fools. Because what? That's what was going on for the longest. And after she figured out that she had made a fool of herself, she started trying to rebrand her identity so that she could kind of elude people away from what she thought nobody caught on to. Because I mean, there was lots of people watching this. There was a lot of people part of it too. But after they saw how she kind of was losing herself along the way. They stopped interacting. They stopped feeding it. They stopped enabling it. And they just walked away from her. On that 5 of Swords, they just walked away from her. Left her standing there looking like a fool. She was trying to redeem herself because she felt like the divine feminine was trying to take her life from her. I would tell you, divine ones don't want to be like no karmics, honey. Divine ones do not want to be like any karmics. And then she tried to dig up a past life. She tried to dig up a past life with divine feminine's masculine, so that divine feminine would not want to be with him, and also to stop him from moving on. It kind of relates to the last reading I just did, Unrequited Love. The karmic, they be in denial that they be having all those negative traits, okay? Mars energy is about the root chakra anyways, okay? It's not just about masculine energy. So she, you know, she had been trying to dig up dirt to stop this man from moving on with his divine feminine. And the whole time, what was supposed to been going on was she was supposed to been healing some type of past wound of her own. It didn't have anything to do with what she was trying to control. She just got embarrassed because she evidently didn't know that her judgment day was coming. So she had been trying to buy time and really use the divine feminine as a cloak, but she's a distorted feminine energy. And a lot of people have been going through that in the divine collective. You get a couple people that think they're bullying you out of your energy. They try to use your awareness against you. They try to trick other people into praising them. And it just never works out. So she got caught up in a trap because she knows that she is the distorted feminine. And I believe she has died because I was seeing the lake of acid. Okay? I was seeing the lake of acid. And if you know, you know. She got led to the lake of acid. It was all a trap. She thought that because she was aware that she was under judgment from that point, that she could do something to stop it. No. So she tried to sacrifice the divine masculine so that she wouldn't have to go down. And divine masculine decided that he was not responsible for that, because he wasn't. Nobody was responsible for the life that she led for herself. He may have been part of it because he didn't truly see the mask that she was wearing or the illusion that she was trying to cast over him. But yeah, somebody's, she tried to call on, this bitch probably even tried to call on Neptune, okay? She tried to call on Neptune. There's something very significant about Medusa. That's why she was, you know, going through all that shit. But she was the actual snake, okay? She was the snake. But she thought she was aligned with Neptune and everything. And she thought Neptune was going to promise her. Y'all know how the shit go. Y'all know the story, okay? She was trying to be in her dark feminine energy, and that's not what it was giving. That's not what it was giving, honey. So yeah, karmics left in the astrals, they are dissipating away. A lot of them have died already. They have already been casted into the shadow of lost souls, where they cannot contact, align, or be saved at all, okay? At all. Ooh. So somebody could have had a breakthrough, okay? This is giving breakthrough energy, all right? Somebody was having a breakthrough. There's a lot of shifts taking place here, okay? So happy new year, okay? There's a new start, literally a new fucking start, like for real, a new fucking start. On Mars Day. On Mars Day, a new start. So let's see let's see what's going to be going on here, you guys. If you like any of this content, please like, share, and subscribe, and turn on that notification bell so you don't miss out. Because I'm telling you, didn't I tell y'all put y'all seatbelts on? All right, Spirit. What we got going on with the collective? What's going on? What's going on? What's going on? I had to get that dream out of my peripheral, okay? Because, man, and then when I came back, when I zapped back, I was like, ooh, I was like, what a fiery climax. Like, for real, what? Okay. All right, spirits. Let us know what's going on. This new beginning, April Fools, okay? Leaving them enemies standing there looking like fools on that 5 of Swords energy, honey. Winds of fortune. Allow the winds of fortune to guide yourselves, maneuvering through life's opportunities and challenges with adaptability, okay? Somebody was looking for their fortune messages. They were looking for fortune, okay? The enemies had been gang stalking the divine collective because they were still under the illusion that you owe them energetically. You owe them your life. You owe them your inheritance. You know, kind of like that entitlement energy. No, honey. It, again, hasn't done anything but defeated them. So this is what this is. You know, you shouldn't have to keep coming back to live a life where you have to defeat all your enemies in order to enjoy your inheritance. But I feel like somebody's fortune or inheritance is being revealed or being bestowed upon them. All right, collective, your fortune and inheritance is being bestowed upon you at this time. Be open to receive. Woo! Charge ahead. Embrace courage and determination, forging your path with confidence and readiness to overcome obstacles. Yeah. Thinking you got to fight your enemies, but your fortune is being bestowed onto you here. It's something they could never stop. They've all trapped themselves. They have all trapped themselves. We're going to do three on each row here. Ooh. What? Spirit said no. Okay. Yeah, literally. No illusions. Baby, what? Stay grounded in truth, embracing reality with clarity and wisdom to navigate life's journey authentically. Going back to that story about Medusa and Neptune, okay? Medusa, the dark feminine archetype, okay? The dark feminine archetype is the divine feminine archetype. That's why it's so hard for the karmics to try to appeal to be divine, because those are energy sources that you have to be able to tap into within yourself. And if you have like trauma, or if you just karmic, period, meaning like, you know, you live in illusions and stuff, you suffering, you are literally in hell, you're not going to be able to, you know, that's off limits. Wow, somebody was really trying to misuse. Okay. Somebody thought that they had the Midas touch. They thought that everything they touch turns to gold, but everything has turned into stone. Divine feminine, you may have traits of Medusa. Okay, Medusa is the handler of anyone that has been SA'd, mistreated, abused, rather relationship wise, or rather it was through trusted loved ones, or I don't even want to call them trusted loved ones no more. I want to call them karmics, because the karmics want to hurt you. They do all that weird sexual abuse and physical abuse, mental abuse, emotional, financial abuse. They do all that. That's what karmics do. They don't have no love. So, you know, everything is dysfunction. Ooh, so them karmics was trying to rebrand dysfunction and cloak it under divinity. No, baby. No, baby. So they were looking for their fortune to come from the collective here. Okay? You could have been asking, was this worth the effort? Was it worth it to fight back? Was it worth it to respond? Is it even worth it to... Okay? Because it depends on the situation of where things were taking place. You know what I'm saying? You could have been asking, like, is it worth it? You could have even been asking your divine counterpart after all the karmic shit came to the surface, is this shit even worth it anymore? You know, like, you're not convinced. Embrace challenges as opportunities for growth. Knowing your dedication will lead to rewarding discoveries, okay? Somebody was trying to take and create some type of confrontation to boost their ego here, this distorted feminine energy. All right? I'm really just telling y'all why these energies are defeated. Some of you guys have went up in ranking, and so the veil for you is literally showing you crystal clear. It's showing you everything crystal clear, okay? Right track. If you were asking, was this worth it? That was part of you thinking before you act, okay? But you are on the right track. You are going in the right direction. So just keep moving forward, okay? And we got Meadow of Moments, bask in the Meadow of Moments, where presence blossoms in the simplicity of now. There's something about being present, no illusions, and being present. Being present without illusions, okay? That's what a lot of people, confirmation, that's what a lot of people suffer with, okay? Being present without illusions. Ooh, man. Being present without illusions. Wow. Sorrow heals. In heartache's shadow, growth awaits. Let pain refine, not define you, as brighter days are promised. I swear to fucking God, this is giving Mars energy. Mars, Neptune, just a bunch of masculine energy. And there's, man, what the fuck? Divine masculines have shifted right along with the divine feminine, okay? And that core healing aspect with your divine counterparts, one person does not upgrade without the other. Somebody wanted for you to feel sorry for them, and they wanted you to save them. What the fuck? Y'all stopped paying attention, and y'all stopped caring. Y'all started focusing on your present, and that's what realigned you here, focusing on the present. It was worth it to stop trying to be the stunt double for other people's fuck ups. Y'all didn't even know y'all was been stunt double for other people's fuck ups. The problem was you are so vigilant. You possibly don't like confrontation. You know what I'm saying? But just because you don't like confrontation, that don't mean just put you in any fucking thing. You know? But, you know, you still got to stand your ground even though you may not like all that rah-rah, you know? Forgiving yourself and others heals the wounds and sets you free. There's a whole new dynamic of what it means to move on for a lot of you, okay? You've had to literally tell yourself that it's okay to move on from people. It's okay to move on from things. It's okay to forgive. It's okay to make peace with stuff. It doesn't necessarily mean that you're entitled to put your life on the line after that, because that's where we go back to the story that I just told up here a couple minutes ago. Really? She don't want to be saved, don't save her. She don't want to be saved, don't save her. That's where you go back to. It's literally just like teeter-totters, okay? You got the J. Cole, don't save her. She don't want to be saved. And then you got Megan Thee Stallion. He don't want to be saved, don't save him. Okay, like, for real, like, using that analogy, that's pretty much how shit, you know, divinely guided. Trust the wisdom of the universe and remain open to receive guidance as you journey through life's mysteries. Somebody could have even been trying to act like you were the divine guidance. These karmics, they act like you're the divine guidance to get them to their fortune. Whole time they really just be having their hands out. You may not put your hand out in the physical, but I know in the spiritual realm, you are asked out. Why they always do that? They want to take stuff to the spirit realm where they have no access, no ability, and no business. Literally no business. Like, it's one of those things of like, how the fuck did you end up here? Like, what is going on? How did you end up here? What are you doing? What do you want? Literally trying to intrude. Like, be gone. And somebody was trying to count your fruits, thinking that they know about your harvesting seasons and stuff. People are obsessed because you guys are powerful manifestors and you generate a lot of light. People are also baffled because you have begun to use your strength for yourself. They're mad because you're taking care of yourself. You save yourself. You are your own hero. Yeah, gentle release. Let yourself surrender to the flow of life's mysterious currents. That is my favorite song I'm channeling. If you're gonna let me down gently. Don't pretend that you don't want me. Our love ain't water under the bridge. Say it ain't so, say it ain't so. It's because somebody call themselves trying not to take no for an answer. It's like, we just gonna move on, spirit, okay? We just gonna move on, okay? Gentle release and on the mend, okay? Be compassionate and kind to yourself as you heal your heart. That's what people are finding out, that y'all been healing for yourselves. You don't heal another person by entertaining or helping them be codependent or helping them be sick. You know what I'm saying? You can't help somebody be sick. Once your ass sick, you got get your immunity up. And I say that like it's so much easier said than done, but I'm being fucking serious. But you know, these people don't have immunity, so you know. Okay, Spirit is showing me something to do something a certain way here. So this is what I'm going to try to lay out here. And see how this goes here. Let's see, Spirit. How do you want me to do this? The Fool. Okay? The Fool. The Fool, the Fool, the Fool. Hello, anyone home? You could feel like that. You could feel like you finally reunited with yourself. You're finally home. Ooh, man. Okay, Spirit, come on. You need to be handled with great care. Strength. There's a sense of protection that is coming from the way that you closed off these connections. Okay? And you see that infinity 8 over the top of that person's head. The way that you handled these closing chapters have really highlighted the type of strength that you have. You have to have strength. You know, the karmics and the enemies are not blessed with strength. So when they do evil or when they try to stagnate and hold you back from being who you are under God, Source, Creator, that also gets exposed because strength comes from the soul. And if you are a soulless being, you don't have, you know what I'm saying? You're not even connected to God for real. Like, who are you connected with? What are you connected with? Okay? All right. A trap. They wanted to bind you. Yeah, so somebody Okay, Spirit, we got it. They were trying to bind themselves to you so that whatever fortune that you would be getting, it would swap over to them as well, so that it would cut your fortune in half, or so that you wouldn't receive everything of what you're supposed to be getting. Ooh, that's what they were trying to do. And they were trying to hike it from your root. This is like, ooh. Ooh, I'm telling you. It literally goes back to that thing of like, how the fuck did you get here? Like, are you lost? How did you get here? They were trying to beat you to the ethereal realm, trying to beat you to your ascension here. Okay, Spirit, where do you, yeah. They wanted you to feel like your divine counterpart had other options, or they were one of the options that your divine counterpart was hiding from you, to leave you standing there looking like a fool. Because you were supposed to be the distorted karmic collective. They were trying to swap your fortune, and your divine counterpart was supposed to have been the helper. In what lifetime? In what lifetime? Because what? But all along, that's not what it was. They just told themselves that. They were selling themselves dreams. They were even trying to bind themselves to you off of some old pipe dreams. That could have been something too, Divine Collective. You had people trying to stop you from ascending because they're upset at who you used to be. Maybe they were figuring out that you probably weren't the greatest person back then, but that was probably because you were in your shadow and those people were only hooked to your ego. So when they tried to come back and make it out like you were a bad person for trying to move on with your life or trying to ascend and stuff like that, they wanted to try to put you up under judgment because they were up under judgment. But if you already put yourself up under judgment, okay, you already went and took that walk, okay, can nobody come back and try to yank you back? Wow. So the plan has failed. And like I said, somebody had got led to the lake of acid, baby. Like literal fuckingly. Offering the dream state, or offering the astrals you're not gonna want, because it was supposed to fuck up your present reality. It was supposed to fuck up how things showed up for you. It was supposed to put you so far in these traps here, and somebody thought they were man snatching your fortune. I just heard emotional well-being. You were being protected from something that you couldn't see. That's probably what you couldn't see. Oh, that's what you couldn't see. Let me see here. That's what you couldn't see. How far they took it. It's that thing. How the fuck did you get here? Who let you in? Like, what the fuck? Yeah, like you're gonna go. You're gonna go down bad. Being somewhere you're not supposed to be. That's what somebody's trying to make it out like. Ooh, the motherfucking truth. Ooh. You were being protected from something you couldn't see. And it wasn't that you weren't supposed to be able to see it because it was supposed to hurt you. You couldn't see it because it had to be revealed that these enemies and karmics were trapping themselves. They were doing it to themselves, but wanted to inflict or project that they were doing it against you, collective. Coming out in your high priestess. You always come out on top. Duh. You always come out on top, baby. What? Okay, Page of Cups. There's something about the younger version of you something was mirroring here. Somebody could even, so they took this contract out when you were younger. Ooh, this is, yeah, they took this contract out on you, on your younger self even. They took this contract out on your lover, on your, ooh, they took the contract out on your lover. Oh God, spirit. What? They did too much. They took a contract out on your lover and on your younger self. It wasn't the fact that it was supposed to have been about your younger self. It was your purity, your youth, your innocence. Like I said, the story of Medusa, okay? Literally. Wow. So that they could fuck with your destiny here. They were working on your destiny here. Yeah. The sex magic here. To fuck up your root chakra. That's that Mars energy. That Mars energy, it was, so something was spinning on a time wheel. Possibly even for distorted masculine energies to harvest from your purity, from your youth. Because, you know, the high priestess is a hot commodity. People, they may not know what's hidden behind your mysterious lifetime or existence, but they be trying to fish for stuff. Somebody was fishing for something, okay? They were fishing for something. This sex magic here in the fucking, in the heavens though. Yeah. If you were manifesting love or a divine partner, it wasn't supposed to show up as that. You were never supposed to have a divine counterpart because of this. Because of what they were doing against your against your purity. That's what it is, your purity. They think because you're childlike, they were trying to harvest out of you. They could have even been thinking that you were dumb because of your childlike nature. Okay? It's because of your childlike nature. They have been forced to stop targeting you. It's your childlike nature that triggers people. That's what I'm seeing here. So, do y'all hear that bird? There's something about peace. Spirit said, top of the deck, the moon. There's a prophecy here, High Priestess. High Priestess, there's a prophecy here. Or you've had to solve the prophecy behind what the war on your inheritance was. You solved it. And there's Archangel Michael. Archangel Michael, oh my God. Archangel Michael received your petition. But Archangel Michael did a petition for you. He helped you in this. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. Okay, Spirit, okay. Archangel Michael could have been protecting you at the time here, okay? 1010 is up here. They wanted to harvest from your upbringing, or there's something about your upbringing. I know I've been saying something about somebody's upbringing. Like I said that in my last channeled charm box, Her Highness. Something about your upbringing, like growing up in a strict, abusive, narcissistic household, and like being veiled, okay? Being veiled, and noticing how everyone was an enemy to you or something of that nature, okay? That's very significant here. This is another part of that. I'm looking at this like a family reunion, but it's like not a family reunion. It's like a family reunion of karmics and enemies and stuff. Like all the bad people are put in one place. Confirmation. Wow. Archangel Michael said these motherfuckers dying. Okay? All the bad people have been put in one place. Wow. These were the secrets. There's something about you possibly exposing secrets about your family and your upbringing too. You being the one, you could have even used your childlike nature against these people. You could have used your childlike nature against all your enemies. Wow, it was like a strategy. So you had a strategy. Oh shit, collective, you had a strategy. Wow. You had a strategy. It's like you were waiting on your rivals. Whoa. You had a strategy waiting for your rivals to fall for the trap? That's some shit. And you did it through your dark feminine or dark masculine. I be forgetting to talk about the dark masculine energy because I'm a divine feminine for one. I can't channel, you know, on behalf of a masculine because I'm not a man. I don't want to be a man. Okay, but I be forgetting to talk about the dark masculine energy, and that's where Neptune comes in. That dark masculinity. Okay. So there's something so significant. Like I said, you could feel like you're at home now. Okay, you could feel like you're at home. Wow. So your inheritance, ooh, in the galactic. Whoa. Everybody showed up on your behalf. This is what the family reunion was. This is what the family reunion was. Your spirit guides were calling you back home. They could have, they were protecting you since you were a child here. And they all showed up. This is some shit. Baby, you ain't never alone, collective. You hear me? Y'all ain't never motherfucking alone. Never alone. Wow. Your ancestors, the galactic federations, your soldiers, and karmic justice. You are never alone. You restored your inheritance. You restored your innocence. Wow, that's a big one. You restored your innocence. And when I say like the importance of your childlike essence, because like if you exposed these secrets and stuff over here of like what your karmic family members were trying to get you to gatekeep because they were thinking that's what your calling was, to gatekeep their fuck shit, okay? And you used your ability to know, you know, you used your knowing, your awareness here. So it's like, it's the fact that you understood the assignment. That's what this is called. You understood the motherfucking assignment, baby. It wasn't about you doing anything wrong, how they were projecting. So when it comes to that thing of you restoring your purity and your innocence, it had a lot to do with taking your power back from these sick fuckers over here that were trying to get you to gatekeep their bullshit and their lies and their manipulation and stuff like that, okay? And I feel like the karmic energies that were trying so hard to destiny swap and siphon your fortune are the ones that are trapped. They are the ones that are the real victims of whatever the dysfunction. You know what I'm saying? It's not the divine feminine, okay? They are the ones that are dysfunctional. All right? So you were exposing secrets about like family stuff, relationships, everything. Wow. While these people were trying to bind you, you solved the mystery. And now your inheritance is being bestowed onto you. Literal fuckingly, baby. What? This is a renewal. You could feel a lot different. This shift has been very heavy on you energetically. Because you were coming out of that spiritual warfare that everybody wanted to induce onto you. Okay? Wow. Wow, wow, wow. Somebody was infatuated with trying to use your innocence. Every time I start talking, it's like I want to move the card that's talking to me. I want to move the card that's talking to me. Okay. Something significant about someone being obsessed with your innocence, being wealthy. Like the more naive that you were, or if they thought you were naive and under some type of illusion that they put you in, that's how they were able to sniff out your fortune, was to keep you dumb on purpose, to steal your fortune, or to see what they could get from you that you're not paying attention to. But I'm telling you, you were born for this. You're a real fucking... You did exactly what you came to do in this lifetime. Like, no fucking joke. That is some shit. That is some shit. When you realize that your journey wasn't about you doing anything wrong, it was about all the people and the systems rigged up against you to stop you from knowing the truth, and to even stop you from, you know, relying on spirit even. You know what I'm saying? Like, shit like that, okay? This shit is... I want to close these messages out. Oh, wow. They were trying to leave you standing there looking like a fool, and all along is these motherfuckers. Star power. You are the star seed. You are the chosen one. Your solar plexus has been healed. Your solar plexus is what carries that childlike energy, you know? That innocence, that purity, that restoration. Your solar plexus is being restored here. And it's bringing you into this winds of fortune here. Okay? You could have been ahead of your time. Spirit put you ahead of your time because you had to reveal the prophecy and expose the secrets behind everything that was going on here. You know what I'm saying? Your heart chakra could also be in your solar plexus, okay? So we're talking about divine mother energy as well, okay? Especially when we're talking about restoring your innocence, your youth, the dark feminine and dark masculine, okay? Become an influencer of the company and earn fame and popularity. Step into the spotlight, okay? Looking, have an eye for beauty and uncover hidden charms. Seeking, you will find. Wow, that was that strategy. You see, a lot of people, when they were trying to sniff out your fortune, they were trying to also spiritually attack you for maneuvering behind the veil with spirit. So it was kind of like they wanted to be able to do things to stop you and to continue to make you a victim. People, I don't talk about it often, but when it come up, I have to talk about it. Because people do try to go to the spirit realm to abuse people. They do. And I don't know why people be so afraid to acknowledge that for what it is. But people will despise you. They will focus on jumping on you so hard. They will go to the spirit realm to abuse you. They will abuse you for using your discernment, for protecting yourself. They will abuse you because you know that they're dysfunctional. They will try to do things to abuse you. They'll use the family stuff and everything. They'll even, and when it comes to the solar plexus stuff, that's where we talk about trauma bonds and stuff. Narcissistic people will get upset when you start trying to cut the umbilical cord to the trauma that they keep trying to feed you. They purposely will feed you the trauma to see how you're going to adjust or embody it, so that they can mislead you energetically, okay? And it's to make you feel as though you are not here for a higher purpose, because they are upset that they have not gotten chosen to go through with the rite of passage, okay? Because it's like, they know that they can't hide anything. They know that you're going to uncover their secrets. They don't know what God source creator is handing to you. So if they could sit there and try to stop you from tapping into those dormant places that is going to bring you that liberation, they will, because they know that they are not going to be part of receiving anything from it, because they are the ones that passed it down, or they are the ones that used the dysfunction to get their way or to make shortcuts and stuff. So people will go behind the veil, or they'll try to go behind the veil to abuse you so they can have shortcuts, okay? And they will do everything possible to stop you on your spiritual pathway. They'll even try to make it out like you're healing for them, or the burden is on you. You ever heard that? The burden is on you. You could say that all you want to, but when that person comes out of those strongholds and, is becoming the unraveling prophecy of everything, please know that that person did not carry pain for you. And it was not your responsibility to just sick pain on them because you feel as though their job and their rite of passage is to fix you too. That's not how it goes. When you get bestowed upon by the spirit realm, it's not to live a life where you are embodying other people's pain and being in stagnation and being in this illusion that you're there to fix and heal everybody. Because time is steady going and people are going to steady be miserable and suffering. You know what I'm saying? So claiming your power back was a big one, okay? It was a big one. And you're doing your job when the beasts wake up and they start attacking you. But that's not where you're supposed to get scared, okay? Because they're not attacking you because they're stronger than you. They're attacking you because they're powerless. And they want to make you feel powerless so that you don't continue to solve the mystery. You know what I'm saying? Baby, the fuck? That's what the real high priestesshood is. It's standing firm in your awareness. Okay, so a lot of people, you were exposing a lot of people over here and they were getting mad. Even like if you were doing it and didn't have no clue of what was going on with people, just your light exposed a lot of shit. And people were trying to be with you behind the veil just to take advantage, okay? So that's kind of where over here with the family stuff, that's where things could have even, things could have gotten a little out of whack and stuff like that. Yeah, family members will try to hide their jealousy through trying to make you feel like you're doing the bulk of the spiritual work for them. But when you really think about it, you're doing the spiritual work, but who's really being saved? You know what I'm saying? Because everything's going to stay the same around them. The one that's actively doing the work is the one that's being saved. They're saving themselves from the bullshit that people keep trying to use to generate from. So that would be why they would try to use things to cloak you away from your awareness so that they could siphon your fortune. I'm telling you, people are fucking sick. Okay? Love affairs up here. Beware, love affairs at work, rarely and well. Don't lose your mind. Yeah, this goes over here with the family stuff, okay? Love affairs. The root of the problems. Who, what, where, when. So these people wanted you to lose your mind for coming to these awarenesses. When spirit allows for you to have breakthroughs and prophecies and everything of that nature, everybody will try to make you feel crazy because, like I said, people will never expect for you to gain access to the truth. That shit is scary. It's literally that thing. Like I said, what are you doing here? How did you get here? Okay, like what the fuck? Who let you in? How did you get here? This love affair card goes here, over here, because I forgot the lovers is over here. Yeah. Taking out petitions on your love, your fortune, everything. Okay, so that's where that love affair home-based is over here now. Thank you, Spirit. Okay, so things have been corrected. Home-based, home is the harbor of the soul. It's the safest place you can be. Change your environment, okay? It's something about, like I said earlier in the reading, you could finally feel like you're at home, okay? After coming out of the spiritual warfare, you feel at home, or you're coming back home after the spiritual warfare, okay? But something is significant about moving and changing your environment, okay? You could be moving. After you've revealed such chaos, you may want to move away from it. You know what I'm saying? Because nothing is ever going to be the same after that. If we're talking about root chakra, if we're really just talking about the lower three chakra systems anyways, okay? Root, sacral, solar plexus. When you reveal and expose secrets, you are hitting the base. You're attacking the root, okay? You're attacking the roots, so that you can gut and dismantle the strongholds and the dysfunction. Foresight. Pay attention to things that are important to ensure wealth. Okay? Wow. This is some shit. So you see how these are laid out? This is like some in-between. This is literally behind the veil. So you in your dark feminine, dark masculine era, okay, was the strongest point of having to allow for things to be revealed to you. That was your greatest strength, was going into the dark to create balance. We got limitations, fear and doubt, limit freedom of action, let go of your worries here, okay? And we've got that 𝐻𝒾𝑔𝒽𝑚 analysis. This could go back to a reading I did a couple weeks ago about Hades and Persephone, okay? The green room, the green room reading, honey. That's where this is going, to the green room reading, okay? Limitations, where I talked about someone wanting to encage you or entrap you in their limitation and make you feel like it's you, or make you feel like your energy has to spill over in poverty because that's where they are at, okay? That's where this kind of goes, okay? So, ooh, goodness. I literally just heard run for your life. I literally just heard run for your life. Save yourself, run for your life. What else is up here? So now that all of that has been dismantled and disengaged, and the karmics have returned back to karma land, and your fortune and inheritance is being bestowed onto you, okay? The problem was probably because people were thinking that you wouldn't be able to be that divine individual to attract the love and money and career and stability in your life that puts you in your ranking, okay? So it was kind of like they were trying to steal your ranking and just leave you assed out, okay? Your ranking is attached to your fortune, and it's attached to your inheritance. So you can't have one without the other. You know what I'm saying? So that's a problem too, that people, you can't have one without the other. You got to take everything. Success, honey. Success. You are on your most successful timeline. Choose the right direction, actively overcome. Choosing the right direction and actively overcoming difficulties. I had to reread it because it says choosing and actively overcoming. You did it. You literally did it. And it was because of the loyalty of your rite of passage. You didn't do it for no one else. You did it for what you knew to be true. I don't know why that could be a hard pill for people to swallow, that, you know, you can't do something for someone else. You can't do something to alleviate someone else. If you do something, it's for you. It's to make you happy. Things of that nature. When you anchor and hone in on what is true for you, okay, you'll have a lot of people thinking that you have them in mind and stuff like that. If you really, really, really get into the depths of things, you cannot do anything to alleviate the next. And there's something about people being dependent on your role here, being dependent on you and your spirituality and your assignments and your passage. Yeah, they could watch from the outside, but they're not in it. They're not behind the veil with you. They're not able to influence anything. You are the influence. You are the veil. You are the passage. You are the calling. You are the wealth and the inheritance that has been bestowed upon you. You are everything. Like I said, it's a package deal. You can't take one without the other. You got to take the whole fucking thing or don't take it at all. So all these people over here were gloating and doing all this stuff against you. The reason why they have failed was because you have already made the mark since birth. Okay? Since birth. Perfect fit. Man, talk about solving these problems. This is a fucking Rubik's Cube. Finding the right path. Finding the right path. Okay, Spirit, let me finish. Finding the right path, the fit with the soul, the ideal job. You're meant to be here. You're meant to be at home. You're meant to be in your purpose. You're meant to be in that, you know what I'm saying? And that could have been a thing too, where you felt like you were out of place because of all this stuff that was going on around you. And you're winning. And you're winning. You're winning. You're winning. There could be a lot of people that are going to have to hold on to themselves as you make decisions for yourself, okay? Because you're gonna find out who has been using their dependency as a weapon against you to keep you stagnant. And this is gonna be through you making these aligned, successful, winning choices, okay? This is huge for the chosen ones, okay? This is huge for the chosen ones because your ability to adapt and thrive has always been the greatest kept secret. Oh, I'm having a squirrel moment. That squirrel over there is fat. Wow. Squirrel. Okay? For real. That squirrel is really fucking fat. Wow. You're coming out of hermit mode. You're coming out of hibernation, hermit mode, and you're coming out well kept. Like, this is giving luxury. Okay, it's giving luxury. It's giving happiness. It's giving, you know, everything. You're coming out of hermit mode. And you're coming out of hermit mode, like, ready. Like, literally ready. Okay? So, there was something about trying to mend these past connections. They cannot be mended. What had to be mended was the fact of dismantling the dysfunction and the toxic ties around why it was like a karmic debt or energetic limitation, okay? Dismantling and mending yourself. You know, think of yourself as a fresh blood cell. You know what I'm saying? Like, off of that one thing can spawn a lot of new growth and new beginnings. So it was kind of like, you know, it wasn't about mending anything that can't be mended, you know? I feel like this was like where spiritually trying to affect your ranking or your assignments or whatever had a lot to do with thinking that you had to fix all these family problems or fix your family or fix people that had their hand out, okay? Their energetic handout, you know, like heal me, help me, I want to rise too. In the spirit realm, the chosen ones do not choose people in the family to bestow anything. It's literally just like, get up on your shit, do your shit, okay? Like, get up on your shit, do your shit, get this shit together, get yourself together, okay? Because if you don't, you are the prize. You are the prize, you are everything, okay? So, baby, that's the message, honey. Success, winning, perfect fit. Yeah, Spirit ain't got nothing else for me. Thank you, Spirit. Yeah, you guys, this one was a big one here. It was a big one, a big one, a big one. Chosen ones are coming out of hermit mode. It wasn't stagnation, it was hermit mode. It wasn't stagnation, it was waiting for the right time. It wasn't stagnation, it was, you know, literally just knowing who, what, where, when, okay? Listen when it's time to listen. Rest when it's time to rest. Be quiet when it's time to be quiet. Pop out when it's time to pop out. Obviously, okay? So, success with the 10 of Pentacles here, okay? And that spiritual warfare against your inheritance is over. These people are having the spiritual warfare now of dealing with the shit that they've caused. A lot of people have made things worse for themselves trying to be in your way here. Simply because their job was not to focus on you. Their job was not to stop you. Their job was not to try to use things against you to get you to not grow up or whatever people were trying to do. These were all limitations, okay? All of them were limitations. You don't have to sit there and, what do you call it? You don't have to sit there and coddle people through their suffering and their illusions. It's okay for you to go your own way. It's okay for you to have your own feelings and thoughts about things. It's okay for you to not agree. It's okay for you to literally want to go your own way and do your own things. You don't have to be shackled to limitation off of, you know, expired things that you literally had to dismantle and, you know, this man, you know what I'm saying? I can't even like say it because it's like, it's not a thing. It's not a thing. We got looking and we got foresight up here, okay? Pay attention to things that are important to ensure wealth. Have an eye for beauty and uncover hidden charms. Be farsighted and alert seeking, you will find. Whatever you are seeking is seeking you on a manifestation tip, okay? Whatever you are seeking is seeking you. So, and this is the last thing I have to say because I actually been thinking about this for a long time. I just was like, I don't know what that got something to do with. It must got something to do with the ending of this reading. But do not feel guilty for accomplishing. Don't feel guilty for achieving. Don't feel guilty for being in a better light, okay? When you are happy, when you are prosperous, when you are blissful, don't hide it because you are ashamed that whoever around you is in a lower energy or is negative about what they got going on. That's not for you to try to, you know, sacrifice your happiness for that, okay? People are going to feel the way that they feel and do what they do because they have made their own choices. So you can't stagnate or stop your achievement or success or your choices or your plans even just because the next person wants to share in that low vibrational limitation. You know what I'm saying? So be aware of that too, okay? A lot of destiny swapping was going on. People trying to see how you feel about stuff, just so they could peep in on your next moves, or people trying to say or do certain things just to see if you will second guess your choices. You know what I'm saying? So that right there is a big one, you guys. If you guys need readings, go to maadoracle.com and schedule your readings here, okay? And I will get up with you guys later, okay?